Okay, in this video we're going to look at the whole thing about actually processing the payroll. So as I said previously, guess what videos we looked at, guess what's it's updating the company details, the payments, the deductions, we're setting the period and editing the employees. All these need to be completed prior to dealing with regarding to actual entering. The process of entering the pay in Sage or Micropay is actually quite easy, but the key issue for you is to actually look at regarding the calculations and all, which you have covered in detail in your taxation course and your detail, and it's not really the purpose of these videos to look at that issues. This is along the lines of actually of how to do it regarding that. Okay, so enter time and pay select as the option we'll to it. Now you're given these options all. Always pick sequential. The reason for sequential is it will start in employee 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so on and keep going. If you be random, it'll jump around automatic. It's sort of looking for a timesheet file or something going through it. Batch is going through that because so sequential is what you're looking for to leave the employee details open that way from one company to the other. The reason being to deal with it. Okay, so hit continue and that way. Now what you have your details is this website. Here in this section is your employee details and payments. Here your details and deductions. Now if an item is missing here, do not click on and just enter it in. Okay, you need to close out regarding, go back into your company, into your payments or into your deductions and process what's required details. Once you've that done, come in sequential again and delete the active file what's in that way. So make sure regardless that works. So as I said, delete, come back, go to it. Now once you process and you enter your details and all, it is important for you to actually get a deal through it, get the rest of it. Okay, so you put in details. So for example, I said entering in that okay, once you have your entries in so it's literally click on and insert the amount. Now go to so for example, if you're putting a bonus, be let's say €1,500. Okay, type it in. And once you have it done, hit save. Now it's save, it'll automatically move on to the next one. That's why you pick sequential. If you've no change on it, and it does happen in the exam that certain employees you are told there is no issue or there's no change with it regarding then you actually go through deal with it. Okay, save. Right. If it's your benefit in kind that way and you don't have the details entered into in your employee file as a payment option, then you can enter it here, but it's not really correct because you're saving time, but you really so for example, if the benefit in kind here was calculated and it's going to be €200 a month regarding by right I should leave here, go to employees, edit employees file, pick the employee you want. In this case, it's Linda Maher. Sorry, I picked the right one, Linda Maher. Okay, go to my payments, go through, find the detail I'm looking, so car, and then enter here. Okay, so we say for example, go through it. Go through it, right? Okay, and this is what you actually need to deal with go through that because if you don't, it causes issues and concerns for you go through the dealing with it that way. Okay, so save your details, close go through it that way, and then we're going to set your enter time bit. Now editing your details, as we've seen, won't happen when there's an active file done. So as I said, Linda Maher, delete it, close, edit employee, select payments, and now when I go turn do it that way, now turn allow you what you're entering go through it. So as I said, I can, right, and save. Okay, right. Now, as I said, if caught for time, yes, you can enter into it, but it's not 100% correct because there's a possibility of actually losing marks. So now we go to Linda. We now see her details in there. Okay. Now, regards pensions, and usually a set amount, you deal with it that way. If not, you actually type in and put in your detail too, and you're asked whether it's a percentage or a fixed amount. So let's say 2%. And say similarly we got my employer, guess what, 1%. Okay. And save, moves on to next step. Now, if the employee gets of details such that is gets it leaving, so let's say for example my redundancy. Now normally redundancy is statutory, so it wouldn't be taxable because go through because that way. So let's say because and you follow the rules, your actually spells out in the exam paper how to calculate it. Like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because the case may be, because what's the case per year worked and a bonus week. Okay, now that's not 3 weeks or 4 weeks, because the case may be for each year worked. It's 2 weeks for every year and an extra week because it's on top of it. So if a person worked for 10 years, that's 2 weeks for every year. Okay, so that's 20 weeks plus 1 bonus week is 21 weeks pay. The pay though is restricted to a maximum of turn around €600 a week. So I need to actually see of my details to go through it, like what's happening. So my position, actually looking in that, just bringing up my calculator. Okay, would be to turn that because I should do it. Because I take my salary, 2333.33, multiply by 12. Let's guess it's on, so 2333.33 multiply by 12 to get the yearly salary, divide by 52, get a weekly. So in this case, in this person, it's 538 per a week then. And as I said, our 10 years that way, it would be like 21 weeks. Okay, 11,000 going through it, 300. In that case, then you just enter the amount. Okay. Now, in this case, if a person leaves or starts and all kind of that way, because they're leaving employment, then I need to select that yes, they are leaving, and I need to enter the date they're leaving. Be careful too, as well as if they're leaving, whether or not they actually work the full month, because go through it that way. Okay, once you have details, save. And move on regard go to it. So for example, your staff deduction, as I say, guess what turn do it. Right? You can enter like standard amounts if you want to, so employee details. So staff deduction 52, just for argument's sake, pulling up because say union or saving scheme or bus pass, which is the popular one, going to do that because that's a save. Okay, and then you come to your employee. Now, entering your details. Now, this employee is at hourly rate. Now, you notice we set it up because my original video at €15 for each, and I see my 315s now. Now, that is not an incorrect. That should not be 15, and that shouldn't be because that should be 15, 15, 15. It shouldn't be 15 and this 15 multiplied by time and a half. And this shouldn't be like 15 by double time, be effectively 30. What if you actually enter 1 in each case, you'll see regarding that because the way it's set up, the calculations are actually completed for you. So all you have to do is actually insert the hours. So let's say for example 26 hours basic, 5 hours so overtime, and 2 hours double time. Okay, right, so that's fine. Now usually the student, the new employee that does not work the number of weeks, so it's important that you actually just go now. So let's say for argument's sake here, you only work 2 weeks, and you give a total regarding 2 weeks worked, and you're told 2 weeks per side. Read the question carefully and say what the details are. Now once I've done that, hit save, end the sequence, no more employees. Okay, now if you've made a mistake, made an issue, you can enter time and pay, sequential. Okay, and find the employee that need be go through that was okay. So as I said, find them, click on it, make your necessary changes to deal with, and that's entering go through it. Right, okay. Now once you're doing that regarding you're going to be dealing with certain reports the review control that way the details that I'm doing that way that right. And once you're completed then and all processing done, you can end the period, you post your calculations and close. Now, if you discover that you made a mistake and need to go back, then you use the rewind option up here, and it rewinds the last posting. Do not use, do not use the period archive going back, because that jumps back a previous months or further months in time. Okay? Once you complete it and have your various reports on that, because that's it, you can just take your backup. Okay, and once you file it. Now, usually in the exam, you're actually told it is a folder onto the desktop, and because in here we're going to make a new folder. okay, and select exam, okay, and guess what's it saving up, guess what's it goes through, guess that, and actually just press your backup and away it goes. Okay, so turn it that way, guess it go through, as I said, desktop, new folder, okay, guess it turn that, guess on. Sorry, because the find because that was a desktop. I create my new folder, hit OK, make my backup, and we go. And because it's successful, because we go through it. And that's because we're dealing with it, because it's what needs to be done.